We here at GameSpot have rolled deep to Cologne to go to Gamescom 2025. We had a lot of appointments. We saw many games. And of course, we have our in-depth coverage, impressions, all that good stuff, new gameplay on the YouTube channel and on site. But if you want a quick primer on what the best games from Gamescom 2025 were, well, hey, we've got a video about it right here, right now. Enjoy.
Thanks, Lucy. My favorite thing at Gamescom was Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I'm as surprised as anybody. It looks like it is remixing Batman in some really fun and clever ways. Mixing, for example, the origin story of Joker from the 1989 Batman Keaton film with the comic book origin with Red Hood. It also looks surprisingly gorgeous. At one point, rain was dripping down on the little plastic Batman's helmet, and you could see the little rivulets of rain dripping down. It was gobsmacking. And it's borrowing the gameplay from the Arkham games. It's Lego-fied, so it's a little bit simplified, but it's still got that basic feel and spirit to it. So I'm really looking forward to playing more of Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. And over to you, Lucy.
Thanks, Lucy. My pick of Gamescom is Romeo is a Dead Man.
Romeo was reborn as Dead Man. Let's just start the game from here.
It's a new game from Grasshopper Manufacturer, and let me tell you something. It feels like Grasshopper Manufacturer firing at all cylinders. This isn't just a Suda game. This is an embodiment of everything that makes that studio, as Suda would probably say, punk rock. And I believe it. It's cool. And there's a big naked woman without a head that you fight. Sexy. Also, this isn't my pick, but I just want to mention that Hellraiser, speaking of dead naked women, has full penis. All right, over to you, Lucy.
Thanks, Lucy. Well, my pick for Gamescom 2025 is definitely Phantom Blade Zero. I absolutely love it. If you enjoy Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, wuxia style Chinese martial arts combat, but you also like, Souls-likes, Sekiro, I guess, is a kind of a close comparison. You're gonna absolutely love this game. This game's combat is very fluid, very tactical, lots of weapon options, so you can really change up your combos and your options with that. As well as environments are absolutely stunning, very beautiful set pieces. I'm definitely excited to go back when it comes out. Anyways, we're gonna kick it back to Lucy.
Thanks, Lucy. My favorite game of Gamescom 2025 has to be Dead as Disco. I'm a huge fan of the Batman Arkham games, and in particular, as well as all the Batmanness of it, I really love the free flow combat style. Dead as Disco takes that same combat style, leans into it being rhythm-based, leans into it being all around music themes, has a Mega Man-like structure, and it's just really cool and fun. I'm hoping that they improve a little bit of the feel of fighting and punching, landing on beats. But I'm already at a place where I feel like I'm gonna enjoy playing that game when it comes out, hopefully soon. But I also want to give a shout out to Zaum's new game, Zero Parades, which was really cool. There's a lot of drama around Disco Elysium and that kind of stuff, but as far as the game that they showed me and the people that I spoke to, they had a lot of passion for it. They had a lot of interesting ideas. I love the idea of a espionage game where the main character kind of sucks and is not good at it, which is very reminiscent of the main character from Disco Elysium. So that's another one that is worth keeping an eye out. All right, back to you, Lucy.
Man, they all sounded great. But wait, Jake, that's you? Coming live from the show floor?
Thanks, Lucy. We're here in the public area of Gamescom. There are like 11 halls or something like that. I don't think all of them are being used, but most of them are. You might also notice there's not a lot of people. You want to know why? Public's not allowed in yet. We've got about 30 minutes before things get real crazy. So we're going to show you what you can find down here. Should I be excited for it? Should I know? That's the Gamescom 2025 show floor. Now back to you, Lucy. Thanks, Lucy. I'm actually going to cheat. I'm going to pick two. One, I don't have a lot to say about. Kirby Air Riders.
3, 2, 1, start!
Big fan of the original. Very excited to see it making a return. And it seems pretty dang good based on what I played. Other thing I want to talk about is a game called Project Spectrum.
What the hell happened here?
We got company!
Now, this got announced during opening night live, but we got to see a behind closed doors session of it. To be fair, it seems like they're still working out a lot, but it's got a lot of really cool ideas. It's kind of like Hunt Showdown, but inspired by something like Annihilation and Arrival. Two great movies if you haven't seen them, but it's basically a tactical horror PvPvE game. Not quite an extraction shooter, but it draws a lot from extraction shooters. And it has a lot of like cool attention to detail stuff. For instance, when you reload a gun, instead of just popping in a new mag, they eject it and then you load one bullet in at a time. Whenever you craft, you actually see the animations of crafting happening. It seems like there's a lot of cool details and a lot of interesting items. I'm super curious to see how it plays out. Like I said, it seems very early, but there's some really cool ideas there that I think could amount to something pretty fun. All right, that's it for me, and now I'm gonna throw it over to Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy. So my pick of Gamescom is actually the ROG Xbox Ally X. I actually use the original ROG Ally all the time. It has become my go-to console because we have to travel so much for work. I was always excited for whatever the next Ally was, and it turns out it's this kind of hybrid Xbox platform. What I really love about it is that it feels so much better in the hands than the original Ally, thanks to the kind of Xbox controller-ification of the handheld itself. So it has these big grips that make it look a lot bigger, but it actually feels much more comfortable in the hands because it's distributing that weight a lot better. It actually felt lighter than my Ally. I didn't have my Ally there to compare in the moment, but it certainly was more comfortable. I think Asus have learned a lot from their collaboration with Microsoft and have brought a lot of great things over from the Xbox controller. It doesn't feel quite like an Xbox controller. I don't think it's quite one-to-one, but it's a marked improvement over the first Ally. So between that, the improved chip, and the improved ergonomics, I'm the main person to sell one of these things to, and I'm probably going to pick one up on day one after my initial impressions. That was my favorite thing I saw at Gamescom, and now I'm going to throw it over to Lucy.
Thanks, Lucy. My game of Gamescom is Valor Mortis. To be honest, for a long time, I've been wondering if maybe I am fatigued of Souls-likes. Turns out, I just need one that does something new and different, and that is definitely what Valor Mortis is doing. It takes place in a first-person perspective during like the Napoleon French era, and it's infusing it with the kinds of like magic and cosmic horror that you kind of expect from this genre. I had a really fun time playing it. The animations feel very like sappy and fluid. I was incredibly intrigued with what I played. I found it to be the right mix of satisfying and difficult that I like from a Souls-like. So I wasn't sure if it was gonna be for me, but it turned out to be one of my favorite things from the show. So I can't wait to check out more. And yeah, I think I'll throw it over to Lucy.
Thanks, Lucy. And you know, for my game of the show, I am keeping it to games that I actually played. And I think the most fun that I had was with Silent Hill F. Now, I have never played a Silent Hill game. I'm sorry, I know. However, this one got its hooks in me very, very quickly. And I think the thing that I liked about it the most is that in an era where games are just really pushing to get your attention and throw everything at you very, very quickly, this one did not. Silent Hill F is slow, methodical, it asks so many questions, and I had a really good time with it. There's a little bit of clunkiness and a little bit of friction when it comes to controlling the main character, especially in combat, I found, but at the same time, I kind of think that works with Silent Hill. I don't know, I really dug it, I'm excited to play more, but you know, that's just me.
Nighty night. Hinako.
And if this Gamescom has shown us anything, it's safe to say.
It's safe to say
Video games
Video games
Have come a long way.
Have come a long way.
says Pac-Man.
Juice.
Everyone go home. Everyone go home.
All right, look, we've got Mega Gardevoir, Mega Lucario hanging out over there. Well, I think we all know why they picked Gardevoir.
And Lucario.
And I think we know why did they pick Lucario. Do people have a thing for Lucario too?